Do you ever listen to certain music and it makes you feel like you're floating? Your body literally wants to go off the ground. You want to fly. Your soul leaves your body. If you know the feeling, you know what I mean. And when you get that feeling, you know it's an amazing peak emotion. It's literally like you are being levitated up into heaven. It's a heavenly experience. And today, I wanted to highlight the music and specifically albums and album experiences that make you feel that way. So let's make the intro short and let's get right into the video. Here's 7 albums that make you feel like you're in heaven. The first album on the list is the 1990 album from the Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas. I mean, heaven is literally in the name, dog. It's like they knew this album would make you levitate. And even though this list isn't in any order, this one might be the best album for this type of feeling and kind of is the reason why I made this video. Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins is absolutely incredible. This is the 6th studio album by the Scottish dream pop band, the Cocteau Twins, and many people would argue that this is their magnum opus. Coming in at only 10 songs and 37 minutes, they made every second for this album count. From the first second this album hits your ears, your mind is teleported into this dreamy, warm wonderland, and all you can do is just absorb it. And one of the reasons why this album is so unique and special is that the main vocalist of the band, Elizabeth Fraser, would use her beautiful voice as more of an instrument more than using lyrics for actual storytelling. And that's also why a lot of the lyrics can be hard to understand. But I think that's what makes the experience so unique and special. The music on here is just so dreamy. I mean, it is called dream pop for a reason. But if you haven't heard Heaven or Las Vegas by the Cocteau Twins, I absolutely recommend it if you want to learn how to fly. My second album of 7 will be Imaginal Disc by Magdalena Bay, which was released in 2024. And here's another album that I feel like knew the sound it was going for, because on the cover you can just tell that some divine stuff is going to be happening. We're going to be flying, we're going to be floating, yes sir. This is only the second album from American pop duo Magdalena Bay, so it's possible that they could top this album in the future, but it'll be tough to do because Imaginal Disc is something special. With 15 songs and at a 53-minute runtime, Imaginal Disc manages to make each song something completely different, but still have the same vibe that will have you floating the whole way through. The main vocals by lead singer Mika Tannenbaum alongside the dreamy instrumentals make this a must-listen album. Not a single bad song on here. Next up will arguably be the greatest live album of all time, 98-12-28 by Fishmans, also known as Okotashi no Wakare. I hope I said that right, and I think I did. But dude, this album right here is something special. This would be the last album made by Japanese dream pop band Fishmans because unfortunately the frontman Shinji Sato would have passed away shortly after this album was recorded, only at the young age of 33. Fishmans is an incredibly underrated band with absolute gems in their catalog like Uchi Nippon Setagaya, Kuchu Camp, and of course, Long Season. Long Season, in my opinion, is one of the greatest albums of all time. It's simply a one-track, 34-minute dream pop neo-psych album that takes you to another world. But the live album takes all their best songs, including Long Season, and gives you a better version of all those songs, with dreamy keyboard sounds and beautiful singing by Shinji Sato that just brings beautiful, indescribable emotion to the listener. At 2 hours and 8 minutes with 14 tracks, Okotashi no Wakare is easily one of the greatest live albums of all time, and probably one of the best albums of all time, period. My fourth album is an oldie but a goodie. Basic pick, but absolutely worthy of a placement. The 1971 album, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. Even though it's 9 songs and 35 minutes, for some reason, every time I listen to this, it just feels like one big song to me. Marvin Gaye's vocals are so smooth and soft the whole way through. And songs like What's Happening Brother, Mercy Mercy Me, and just the whole track list makes you feel like you are flying. I mean, one of the songs is called Flying High in the Friendly Sky. Like, Marvin himself knew this would make people fly. There's not much I can say about this album that hasn't been said before, so I'm going to go on to the next one, but if you haven't heard this masterpiece, please listen to it. Another album that will take you to heaven is Kate Bush's 1985 album, Hounds of Love. And once again, I will say that I definitely feel Kate knew the vibe she was going for. I mean, the cover, the name of the songs, the big sky, cloud busting, and Dream of Sheep, she knew what she was going for. And at 12 songs and 47 minutes, this album is one of my favorites from the list. Listening to this album feels like Kate Bush is giving you a hug. And this is an extremely easy album to get into. I think you could play this album for just about anyone and they can get into it. Very soft, very dreamy, very easy listening album. My sixth album for today will be Vesperine by Bjork, that was released in 2001. This was the sixth studio album by Icelandic artist Bjork, and many argue that this is her best album. A 55-minute runtime and 12 tracks, I would probably go to say this is the most unique sounding album of this list. While I do feel like it does take you to heaven, it's like heaven from another planet. The lyrics and the songwriting, alongside the unique sounds we hear on this album, it's such an awesome experience. And I know that some people do prefer other Bjork albums to this. She does have an amazing catalog, but in my opinion, Vesperine is her best, and especially for this video, this is the album to go with. The last album that I chose that will take you to heaven is Sade's 1992 album, Love Deluxe. I feel like the last one is probably a bit different than the others because most of this video was pop and dream pop, while this is closer to Marvin Gaye's smooth soul style, but there was no way I couldn't include this album in a video like this. This album will have you floating. It's 9 tracks and 45 minutes, but I feel like just listening to one note from Sade's incredible voice will get anyone's attention. Just the slow pace of this album, man, I can't describe it in words. It's just phenomenal. So that's 7 albums that will take you to heaven. I hope you guys agreed. I mean, how could you not? Those are all peak and fire choices. But I was thinking about making a series on this. Like, I choose 7 albums that are best for certain situations. Like 7 albums to do this to, or 7 albums to listen to while you're doing this. Let me know what you guys think. Hope you liked the video. God bless and peace.